good evening, and welcome here inside Odell Arena here on the campus of Taylor University for tonight's Crossroads League volleyball matchup between the number 19 and league undefeated St. Francis Cougars and the Taylor University Trojans. We'll jump right into our pre-match conversation here with the head coach of the Trojans, Aaron Luthi. Catch up with the head coach of the Trojans, Aaron Luthi, before their cross-county matchup with Indiana Wesleyan. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties with that interview from Coach Lee, but she was very happy with the team's performance on Wednesday in their sweep over Bethel. They have won 2 out of their last 3 matches, defeating Indiana Wesleyan here in 5 a week ago tonight, I should say, after falling behind 2-0. They won the next 3 sets in a row to win their very first Crossroads League match of the year, and they came back. They were up 24-20 in that second set against Indiana Wesleyan, and then the Wildcats ripped off 6 straight points before the Trojans were then able to come back in sets 3, 4, and 5. Tonight they take on the only other undefeated team in the league. That is 19th-ranked St. Francis. They are on a program record win streak. They are 15-2, and they're coming off of their very first win at Indiana Wesleyan in program history. That came a couple of weeks ago. They defeated Goshen on Wednesday night up in Fort Wayne. We'll take a break. When we come back, it'll be time for First Serve here from Odell Arena. This has been the Marion General Hospital pregame show here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Let's now join our public address announcer, Tanner Huber, for tonight's starting lineups.
Outside hitter, 6'4" senior from Fort Recovery, Ohio, number 2, Cassidy Randall. Defensive specialist, 5'9" junior from Muncie, Indiana, number 4, Nikki Marshall. Middle hitter, 6'1" sophomore from Fort Recovery, Ohio, number 7, Kendra Seafair. A center, 5'8" sophomore from Iowa, Michigan, number 12, Maria Elak. A middle hitter, 6' junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 13, Megan D'Agostino. The center, 5'8" freshman from Fishers, Indiana, number 14, Madison Kendrick. And the middle, 5'7" junior from Muncie, Indiana, number 8, Valerie Flick. The juniors are coached by Scott Maddox, assisted by Neil Buck, Rachel Weaver, Mark Campbell, and Seth Brazzi. And now, fans, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Cleveland Trojans. A middle hitter, 6' junior from Seward, Nebraska, number 4, Julia Pomeranke. And defensive specialist, 5'3" sophomore from Plymouth, Indiana, number 5, Ashley Harrell. A center, a 5'9" senior from Plymouth, Indiana, number 6, Haley Harrell. An outside hitter is 6' senior from Davenport, Iowa, number 9, Addie Bailey. On the opposite side, 5'11" freshman from Pittsburgh, Indiana, number 15, Ryan Serbiak. An outside hitter, a 5'10" sophomore from Keith, Ohio, number 16, Amanda Adams. Are the barrel, a 5'5" junior from Harrisburg, Ohio, number 7, Sam Korn. And finally, our honorary team member for Team Impact, Ellie Weaver. Your Trojans are coached by Erica Mooney, assisted by Shaka Hepler and Kayla Hunter.
So there are your starters for tonight's contest. The Trojans trying to improve to 3-3 in the league. St. Francis trying to move to 6-0 in the league this season. Should be a good one here from Model Arena tonight. St. Francis comes in 19th ranked team in the country. Currently riding a school record 12-match win streak after their 4-set win over Goshen on Wednesday night. The Maple Leafs, though, led by 6 in set 1 at 14-8 and also led in that first set 18-16. They led by 9 in set 2, and set 4 was tied 10 different times before St. Francis was able to pull away and gain the victory. One thing to keep an eye on tonight, and we will throughout the contest, is the return of the libero Valerie Flick. She is this week's Crossroads League Defender of the Week. She was also a second-team All-Crossroads League selection both of her first 2 seasons at St. Francis. She was limited, even though she did play in all 4 sets on Wednesday night. Fifth-year head coach Scott Haddix mentioned that she was not at 100%. Nikki Marshall, the junior from Muncie, her classmate, picked up the difference. For her, we also noticed that in pre-match warm-ups, Flick was wearing not only one of those sleeves on her right arm, but a sleeve that also had the protective padding on the right elbow. So Valerie Flick, the one to keep an eye on. Her libero uniform tonight is neon yellow. Taylor's libero is Sam Korn. Her libero uniform is in white, as the Trojans are in purple. St. Francis are in the road blues. We also will see not only the 2 of the top liberos in the league, also 2 of the top setters. In last year's setter of the year, Maria Pilak, the sophomore for St. Francis. She wears number 12. And the one handling the serving here, Haley Harrell, who was the Crossroads League Setter of the Year 2 years ago. Pilak knocks it back. This one goes through the hands of Korn. An opening swing off the opening serve, and it's a kill down for Kendra Seifring. She had 10 kills on 23 swings for a .391 hit percentage in Wednesday night's win over Goshen. And now Seifring, the 6'1 sophomore from Fort Recovery, Ohio, will serve for the first time tonight, and she'll give the point right back as that one sails over the end line. And our opening set is even at 1. Jessica Dodane and Nikki Seacrest come in to replace Amanda Adams and Ashley Harrell. So the Trojans have Pomeranke, Seacrest, and Cerniak their front row. The back row, Dodane, Haley Harrell, and Sam Korn. A little slide to the near side. Diving for the dig is Haley Harrell. Korn will set up the lefty Cerniak. She'll rainbow it over the block, and it's kept alive by USF. Nikki Marshall will two-hand it over. Scooting in for the back row is Dodane for a dig. They work it around to Pomeranke, but it goes off the right side of her hand and out of bounds to the far sideline. First attack error of the evening for either side. That puts St. Francis back in front by 1, 2-1. And the serve from the setter Pilak. Dodane receives it up to H. Harrell. Far sideline to the lefty Cerniak, and it's dug on the near side by Pilak. Marshall to the near side, and Annie Clark. It's tipped to the net. Cerniak will play it back and avoid touching the net. Seacrest on the near side tried to slice it on through. Pomeranke leapt into the air, had to lean back, and knocked it over with a right hand. Over the block near sideline, and Korn is there for the dig for Taylor. Harrell sets up Seacrest. It's tipped, and we're tied at 2 here in set 1 on Nikki Seacrest's first kill of the evening. So the score tied at 2 as we've oscillated back between points here in our first 4 serves. And Sam Korn, the libero, will knuckleball one over for the first time tonight. Pilak, a slide on the near side, and then not able to get around her was Megan DiAgostino. And Taylor takes their first lead of the night. They're up 3-2. Taylor 1-1 here at home. St. Francis a perfect 3-0 on the road as they come in with a 15-2 overall record, winners of 12 straight. Korn to the far sideline, scooping it back, and it'll be Cassidy Rammel. DiAgostino has her swing tipped, now twice, and then the back row dump over will be Dodane to the far sideline. Flick played one that looked to be going out of bounds. Rammel's first swing is dug by Dodane in the back row for Taylor. Haley Harrell to Seacrest, and then it's scooped all the way back to the back wall by Maria Pilak. Back-to-back kills from Nikki Seacrest, who continues a strong week after being called back in reserve duty in last Friday's match with Iwu. And the Trojans up 4-2. This one straight into the air, and it's an ace for Dodane as Rammel scooped that one high into the air. None of her teammates could get to it in time. Make it Sam Korn with the ace. And in our pre-match conversation, Erin Luthi mentioned she wanted her team to be aggressive serving. This one comes back over. Bailey taps it down, and that's the first kill for 9 in purple. And the Trojans lead by 4, 6-2 here in set 1. They've ripped off 4 in a row. And Korn will send one Marshall to the air, and that one will be tapped around for another Trojan ace. 7-2 the Taylor lead. They've scored 5 straight. A bad serve receive there for St. Francis, and Korn makes them pay. A Trojan 5-point lead. This one to the far corner, and it drops in just inside the end line. 3 aces for Korn. Taylor on a 6-0 onslaught, and they lead 8-2 here in set 1 as time is called. Our play is stopped momentarily. Korn with that hot hand serving. Sidewinder, this one deep. Marshall will scamper underneath. Now it's Flick will 2-arm one deep. Korn up to H. Harrell. Here's Seacrest, a little tap, and sliding in for the one-arm dig is Pilak. They set up Rammel on the far side of the floor. Harrell gets her hands into it, tapped over on a second hit by Taylor's Addie Bailey. Pilak to Rammel. This one lands on the end line. That stops the 6-0 run for Taylor as Rammel drops one on the end line to our right. First kill for Rammel. And that brings St. Francis to within 5, down 8-3 here in our opening frame. USF in the court to our left, Taylor in the court to our right. Rammel got one just over the net. Dodane sent it back over, and then DiAgostino's there to drop a kill right down in front of the reaching Taylor Sam Korn. First kill for Megan DiAgostino. She had 12 in the win over Goshen on Wednesday. Back-to-back points for USF have brought them to within 4. Dodane receives the serve clean. Harrell up to Bailey trying to go deep. Rammel can't get to it in time. And Addie Bailey's second kill of the evening pushes the Taylor lead to 5. Ava Kunkler has come in to replace Nikki Marshall in the rotation for USF. And here's the senior, Jamie Sherb, to serve for Taylor. Trojans up 9-4 here in set 1. Near side swing on the right hand of Annie Clark. That one in for a kill. 9-5 the Trojan lead as Gabby North will come in to serve here for USF. North, the 5'8 freshman from Fort Wayne. Flick the libero exits as well. Same thing for DiAgostino. Korn in the back row, plays it up to Harrell. Drop shot down, perfectly placed by 6 in purple. First kill for Haley Harrell, and Taylor doubles up USF up 10-5. Subs on both sides. Dodane and Sechrist exit. Adams and Ashley Harrell back in. And the libero Flick will re-enter. DiAgostino had to come in. She had to replace North, since the libero can only replace the player deemed before the start of the match. Rammel's serve will not be clean. It's scooped up. Joust to the net, tapped down. Adams scoots in for the dig. And then tooling off the block is Addie Bailey. The serve receive has been off tonight here for St. Francis, and that was a problem for them on Wednesday. They only had 5 service aces, but they allowed Goshen to rack up 10. Taylor up 11-5 here in set 1. Pelak underneath, a quick setup and dropping it down with a right hand will be Kendra Seifring. An all-league selection a year ago, second team All-Crossroads League and an all-freshman selection during her freshman campaign back in 2017. USF back to within 5. They come in running a program-best 12-match win streak. And there's the first service error of the night. It comes from Madison Candler. And Taylor doubles up USF once again. Second service error, I should say. It's first service error, I should say. And Taylor up 12-6. Addie Bailey with the serve here. Pelak, a quick set. Far side diving dig is Ashley Harrell. And then as Pomeranke tried to sweep it over, it'll go out of bounds along the near side. Nikki Marshall back in for USF. She replaces Ava Kunkler and will handle the serving. Marshall, a 5'9 junior from nearby Muncie, Indiana. Sherb will play it up to Haley Harrell. Quick set and then slapped over by Pomeranke. Taylor looking for a net violation against USF, and then through the block will be Seifring for her team best third kill. The Trojan lead back down to 4, 12-8 here in set 1. Taylor comes in 6th in the Crossroads League, 3 matches behind USF for first. Harrell to the middle, and Pomeranke. Was it tipped to the net? Yes, it was. Just getting a piece of it was the front row of USF, and Julia Pomeranke's first kill pushes the Taylor lead back to 5. Some big news for the Pomeranke family today. Julia's cousin, as Julia checks out, make that Julia still stays in. Julia's cousin just verbally committed to play basketball here at Taylor next year. Rammel far side and unable to close out on the block were Pomeranke and Cerniak. Rammel's second kill brings USF back to within 4, trailing 13-9 here in set number 1. And Seifring will go back to serve as the libero Flick exits. Cantler comes in to replace her. 13-9 the Trojan lead. They've led by as many as 6 here in this opening set. Harrell on a slide to Pomeranke, a punch deep, and a sliding dig from Seifring. They set up Rammel, it's blocked back over, and Marshall keeps it alive for USF. Seifring behind the line, a dig from Korn. Haley Harrell to the near sideline, and Adams. Her block is sent, or swing is blocked into the air by DiAgostino, and Marshall will two-arm it over on a third hit. Haley Harrell to Korn. Here's the lefty Cerniak through the block, and it's dug on the near side by USF. Over the block near side, Korn for the dig for Taylor, and Harrell sets up Adams, who sends it right on down to end the long rally. First kill for Amanda Adams, and Taylor's lead back to 5 as Adams and A. Harrell exit, Dodane and Sechrist back in. 5-point clearance for Taylor, 14-9. Valerie Flick, the libero for USF, returns, and Dodane will beat one deep. And Marshall plays it forward. They give Rammel a go far side. And Taylor unable to close out on the block again on that far side antenna. And Rammel gets kill number 3. On Wednesday night, Rammel with her 16 kills moved into number 5 all-time on the USF career list, passing Carrie Clark, the older sister of USF current player Annie Clark. Sechrist near sideline. It's tapped over at the net on a dual block by the aforementioned younger Clark. That's Annie and Megan DiAgostino. First block for USF, and they're to within 3. The Sammy 2 dorm across from us, getting rowdy on the bleachers. And a serve sent deep by Pelak. Harrell, a little quick set to Pomeranke, blocked and then kept alive by Harrell. Sechrist got it over the net. Clark on the near side. Corin leaps forward, dove around 4, and the Trojans can't keep that one from falling down. Sechrist dove forward, and it was played underneath the net. And USF is the closest they've been to Taylor in a long, long while. They've scored 3 in a row and now trail by 2, 14-12, with last year's setter of the year, Pelak, still handling the serving. Harrell to the far sideline. Cerniak, did it hit the far side antenna? Yes, it did, and that point will go to USF. And they're to within 1, down 14-13 here in set number 1. 5 in a row for the Cougars out of Fort Wayne. Remember, they trailed 14-8 again in the first set against Goshen on Wednesday and came back to win that opening frame 25-21. Pomeranke behind the line, dug to the rafters by Flick. Pelak, a quick set up to DiAgostino, and that's 5 in a row here for St. Francis. They've tied set 1 at 14. Second kill for Megan DiAgostino. And again, Pelak will serve. Korn to the far side, and Harrell punched back, and Korn able to get it. And they call a violation against Harrell, saying that she leaned over the net when she tried to play it. And Taylor will take their first timeout. 6-0 run, make it a 7-0 run here for St. Francis. They've taken their first lead since 2-1. They're up 15-14 here in set 1, here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body. And its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
So out of the Taylor timeout, they'll try to stop this 7-0 run here for St. Francis, as the Cougars have taken just their second lead of set 1. They're up 15-14. Their only other lead came at 2-1. Pelak, the setter, will play it deep. Korn will scoop it high to Haley Harrell. Sechrist near side, right down with that heavy right-handed swing. Sechrist, her team best third kill, and that ties set 1 at 15. On Friday night, here in Upland, Indiana, the students continue to matriculate their way in from the dining commons. Pelak to Rammel through the block. Harrell keeps it alive with a diving dig. Dodane to her classmate Sechrist, who will two-arm it over. Flick to Pelak. Down the middle comes Clark, and Korn will sky it in the air. Bailey and Sechrist there. Sechrist down the line, and Rammel able to keep it alive for USF. Clark on the near side. The right-hand swing is dug by Korn. Haley Harrell to Sechrist, who brings the heat, and it's dug on the far side by Flick. Rammel into the air, dug by Korn on the near side. Bailey underneath. Sechrist leans back, and she'll loop one over to the far side. Pelak in the middle. DiAgostino drops it down just in front of Sam Korn. Third kill for DiAgostino on a long rally there from both sides. USF back in front by 1, 16-15. Very few errors on either side tonight. USF hitting .409 here in set 1. Taylor at 172. And Rammel will play this one deep. Dodane up to Harrell. Near sideline, Sechrist. Dug by Flick again, the libero for USF. Down the line comes Rammel, and Dodane will dig it in the back row. Harrell cross court near side, Sechrist. Tapped and played forward by Rammel. DiAgostino taps it around, and that one drops in just out of the reach of Haley Harrell. Fourth kill for Megan DiAgostino, and a 2-point cushion for USF is their largest lead here of set 1. They're up 17-15. Remember, Taylor led this first set 12-6. They have been outscored 9-5 since. Sechrist with that big right-handed swing gets home her fourth kill and draws Taylor to within 1. Sechrist came in, had 9 kills on Wednesday in the sweep at Bethel. She had 10 in the 5-set thriller here against Iwu a week ago tonight. Pelak cross court far side, and that one will tool off the block attempt of Haley Harrell. Ava Kunkler with her first kill pushes the St. Francis lead back to 2. And they lead 18-16. They still are swinging close to 400 at 393. Taylor at 161. North will serve it into the net, and Taylor gets back to within one on the second service error tonight for USF. Adams and Ashley Harrell re-enter for TU. North will exit. DiAgostino replaces her so they can bring Flick back in for St. Francis. Set 1, 18-17. It's been a good one here so far. Pilak pops it high, far side. Harrell's there for a solo block back over the net as Kunkler was left there all alone. Rammel deep, dug by Taylor's libero Korn. Haley Harrell to Adams. Into the air, and it'll be kept alive by Pilak. Near side to Annie Clark through the block, and that one falls right in front of the diving Ashley Harrell. Annie Clark looks winded, but she gets her second kill, replaced on the rotation here by Madison Candler, who will go back to serve for the youngest Clark. Her twin sisters Carrie and Sarah played here at USF for a long while. They were both very successful. Bailey swing, blocked back over. Sherb tracks it down and plays it back to the middle of the floor. Pilak at the net, popping it near side over the block and dug by Sherb on the Seafring swing. Harrell's drop shot read beautifully by Kunkler. She'll get it back, and it's dug by Sherb of Taylor. Harrell cross court to Adams right over that block. And Amanda Adams' second kill brings Taylor to within one once again, 19-18. Taylor has gotten close to getting back in front. They have just not been able to get over that last little hump. 3 service aces for Taylor here in this first set alone. Kunkler, far side, dug by Adams for Taylor. Haley Harrell back to Adams near side, blocked back over by USF. Harrell gives Adams another go here. She'll send this one on a laser beam right around the block near side. Third kill for Adams, her second in a row, and set 1 is back to level at 19 aside. Diggs just about even 18 aside, or they are even 18 aside, I should say. And a big serve here. Kunkler down the far sideline, and that one right out of the reach of the 6-foot Addie Bailey in the back row. Second kill for Kunkler, and USF reaches that 20-point plateau first. They go up 20-19 here in a very evenly played set number 1. Taylor hitting at 211, USF 371, so both teams very efficient here in our opening set as Marshall serves it over for St. Francis. Haley Harrell to Adams, and we're tied at 20. 3 straight kills for Adams as she blew that one right off the hands of Candler for USF. 4th kill for the sophomore from Ohio, Amanda Adams. Cerniak back in for Taylor. Haley Harrell will scoot forward and serve. Flick back to the net, free ball for Adams, and she taps it down. 4 straight kills for Amanda Adams. She has a match-high 5, and Taylor regains the lead. They're up 21-20. So Adams comes on hot here late in set 1 as Taylor tries to finish things off here in the opening frame as Marshall will tie her shoe down below us. All white Nike sneakers look very clean here for USF tonight. Cross court to Rammel, blocked back over, tapped around and down. It's Seacrest and Pomeranke. Make it Cerniak and Pomeranke. And Taylor leads by 2, 22-20 on their first block of the night. Head coach Aaron Luthi mentioned that they worked on that heavy in practice this week. Rammel will get one over on a right swing, blocked back over, pinballed around, right back to Adams, who plays it over the net. But they'll say that Amanda hit the net as she rose into the air. As she tried to knock that free ball back over, what would have given Taylor a 23-20 lead. Instead, their lead trimmed down to 1 at 22-21 on the miscue. Haley Harrell jousted the net, one tapped over there by Cassidy Rammel as she caught that ricochet cleanly at the net. After Taylor had taken a 2-point lead on a 3-0 burst. Our match is now tied at 22 aside here in set 1. Seafring serves it deep to the far sideline. Harrell scoots in front, behind the line, little tap over from Pomeranke. Marshall to Pilak in the middle. DiAgostino is blocked and then kept alive to Korn. Here's Cerniak. Dug on the near side by Candler. Behind the line swing, just over the net, is over there from Seafring. Korn to Adams, who's been hot. It's tapped into that, punched into the air by the right fist of Pilak. Rainbowed over and drops in by Cassidy Rammel in front of the diving Sam Korn. 5 for Rammel in the kill department. And Taylor will take their second and final timeout here of set number one, down 23-22 here in our very fun set number one. This is Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Just one attack error here for St. Francis in the first set. 16 kills, one error on 42 swings. They're hitting .357. They've assisted on 15 of their 16 kills. The Trojans just five errors on 14 kills. They're hitting .205. Taylor has used both of their timeouts here in the opening set. USF has not used any just yet, but they lead 23-22 here in set one. We are waiting on something. And there's our signal for Seafring to serve. That gives the Sammy 2 dorm guys across from us to get a little more time to get a little more rowdy. They got their sugar rush over the dining commons tonight. They're going nuts across from us. Seafring will serve it over, received clean by A. Harrell. To H. Harrell, here's Adams switching sides, and it's dug on the near side by USF. Rammel rainbows one over, dug by Haley Harrell of Taylor. Korn to Cerniak. And it's played back over that freely. Pomeranke with a tap down. Second kill for Julia, and her first set is even at 23. Taylor has taken advantage of those balls flying, the ball flying back over freely at the net. We saw Adams tap one down earlier, and now Pomeranke adds one to her record. And Dodane will send a missile over with set one tied at 23. Korn dives to the dig, Pomeranke into the sky, and then Dodane will play it over from behind the line. Pilak on a slide near side D'Agostino. A rainbow over is dug by Cerniak. Seacrest right to Rammel, who sends it to the net, and Pilak. A drop shot down, kept alive by Korn. No, they'll say it just hit the court. And Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi thought that Korn got her hand underneath of it for a pancake dig. Instead, the first drop shot executed by the very skilled setter Pilak, and that brings USF to set point up 24-23 here in set one. Korn dives to keep it alive on the serve. Back over Seacrest, rainbowing it deep, and Flick dives and slides on that right arm, which did have a sleeve on it in pre-match warm-ups. Korn sachets in, drop shot down off the block, and there's the freshman kill from the lefty Cerniak, and set one is tied at 24. We are on our way to extra volleyball here in our opening stanza. Taylor hitting over 200, USF close to 350 here in set one. Back free to the net, Seacrest drops the hammer from the near side. Her fifth kill now flips the script and gets set point for Taylor here in set one. We've seen that happen so many times to St. Francis in his opening set, and Taylor has cashed in every time. Korn, who had all three aces here in the opening set, will send this one over. Rammel over the block, and that one will land just in on the end line, and set one will continue as we're now dead even at 25. Rammel with 6 kills, that leads the match. Still only just one error for USF here in this opening frame. 17 kills on 47 swings. They have been crazy clean. Haley Harrell right in the middle to Addie Bailey. Punch deep, and Rammel's there for the dig. A quick set to D'Agostino. Harrell cut it off for the dig. Korn to Cerniak. Tipped. Flick dives and can't keep it alive. Another set match, or another set point kill here for Cerniak. Her second kill, and now Taylor will serve for the set again, up 26-25. Sherb will send it over for TU. Picking on Flick to Libero, up to Pilak. Near side to Clark. Dodane got oh no, it was Korn who went flying in front of Dodane. And now we're back to even in set one, 26-26. A really, really fun match here to start as Clark gets the kill. That's her third for the youngest of the Clark siblings. First time tonight we see Sarah Hozinski who'll come in to serve. 26 all in set one. Haley Harrell underneath to Seacrest near side down the line, and it's dug by Ava Kunkler. To the near side, and Clark into the net, played back. They're going to say that Taylor blocked it either way. It's going to go down as Rammel dove for on the far sideline. It hit the top of the net cleanly. No one in purple made contact with it, but they'll give TU credit for the block. And now we're back to set point for the third time for Taylor in set one. It's 27-26, and Odell Arena again rises to its feet. Ashley Harrell, who had the big ace late in that comeback win over Iowa last Friday, will serve it here. Pelak at the net, popping it high, far side, Kunkler. Korn dives, it goes to the front row, and Taylor can't get to it in time before it lands right in that front row across from us. Set one, back to even at 27 aside. Big dig attempt there from Korn just to get underneath a rocket from the other side of the floor. Candler, a standing right-hand smash, is in for an ace as Harrell couldn't scoop it from the other side. And for the first time in a long while, it's USF serving for the first set, up 28-27. Their parents to our left now rise to their feet. Received cleanly. Harrell, a dink shot over, played up by Candler. Far side to Kunkler over the block, dug by Sherb. A free ball over. There's Sherb again for the dig for Taylor. And Bailey will sweep onto the far side. It's flipped over by Flick. Kunkler far side through the block and down, and USF comes back to win set one, 29-27. The Trojans had 3 serves for the set there late and could not come up with the set clinching point. But a good set played on both sides. We had to set two with USF up 1-0, winning set one, 29-27 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 6 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $100, all the way up to the athletic director level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics, like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to athletics.taylor.edu and search Trojan Club. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University's student athletes.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at taylorcampusstore.com. Set 2 about to begin here from Odell Arena. A very fun set number 1. USF hit 345 in that opening set, 21 kills and just 2 errors on 55 swings. Taylor had 18 kills, 5 errors on 56 swings for a hitting percentage of .232. The Trojans had the advantage in aces in set 1, 3-1. They also had no service errors. USF had 3. Taylor also outblocked St. Francis 2-1 in that opening set. Cassidy Rammel leads the way in kills with 6. Megan DiAgostino with 5. Taylor's Amanda Adams and Nikki Seacrest each with 5 as well. Addie Bailey has 3. Pomeranke with 2. Cerniak with 2 as well. And Haley Harrell with 1. Kendra Seifring with 3. Annie Clark with 3. And Ava Kunkeler with 3, all for St. Francis. Maria Pilak, last year's Crossroads League Setter of the Year, 17 assists in set 1. The Trojans' Haley Harrell had 12. She was the Crossroads League Setter of the Year 2 seasons ago as a sophomore. 30 digs in the opening set for St. Francis. Their libero Flick had 9. Haley Harrell and Sam Korn, the Trojans' libero, each had 9 in set 1 as they had 29 digs. Set 1 ended 29-27. The Trojans served for the match, or served for the set a couple different times there in set 1. But could not close the deal, and that was what came back to bite Goshen on Wednesday when they took on this St. Francis ball club. Goshen was up. Actually, they were led by 9, 17-8 in that second set on Wednesday night. And now Rammel comes over to talk things over with fifth-year head coach Scott Haddix. And he gets the explanation he wants, gives a thumbs up to our chair official, and we're ready to go to start set 2. USF in the court to our right. Marshall will send it over, and Cerniak receives it. She'll get it back from Harrell off the block and off the antenna. And Taylor takes a 1-0 lead to start off set 2. Third kill for Ryan Cerniak. Seacrest and Dodane in. A. Harrell and Amanda Adams exit. 1-0 the Taylor lead as Dodane will handle the serving. So floated deep, popped forward by USF. They give Rammel a go near side. She's blocked at the net by Pomeranke and Cerniak. Second time those two teammates have combined for the block. The third one of the night for Taylor, and the Trojans lead 2-0. Pilak hustles underneath. Rammel near sideline, lollipopping it over. Easily dug by Korn. Harrell high in the air to Seacrest. A little changeup off the heel of the hand is dug beautifully. Drop shot dug up by Korn of Taylor. Seacrest had to change her path and will tap it over. Flick of the net, blocked down the line by Seacrest again. It's skied, and they'll send it to the near side. And Rammel, who's blocked down, and Flick tried to dive and keep it up. And it's Pomeranke and Cerniak again on the near side antenna. A 3-0 Taylor lead on this time on back-to-back blocks. And Dodane will send a missile over that Marshall just is able to get underneath. Flick to the near side, and Rammel, she'll send this one 3 feet out of bounds far side. And after seeing set 1 escape from them, they've jumped out to a 4-0 lead here in set 2, have the Taylor Trojans. Just the third attack error all night for USF, and the second one for the all-league performer Cassidy Rammel. Pilak, a short set in the middle, tipped and dug up by the 5-foot Dodane for Taylor. Near sideline, Cerniak, who tools off the block. Her fourth kill pushed the Taylor lead to 5-0 here in set 2. Dodane's serve will hit the top of the net. First service error of the evening for Taylor. And that gives USF their first point here in our second stanza. 4-point clearance for TU as Flick exits. And Seifring, who had 3 kills in set 1, will go back to serve. Korn to Haley Harrell. Seacrest blocked back over and plinched back. Harrell, and then Korn tried to get underneath but could not do it in time. Back-to-back points here for St. Francis. I laugh because a young man wearing a Where's Waldo costume is just run by us and is now sitting next to our camera operator. Back-to-back points for USF has drawn them to within 3, down 5-2 here in set 2. Pomeranke's swing dug in the back row. Here's Rammel near side, and Korn will dig it off the parquet floor. Sechrist will two-arm it over for Taylor from the far sideline. Pelak to Rammel near side, tipped and dug by Haley Harrell. Korn will give Cerniak a go near side. It's blocked and then punched over by Harrell, but out of bounds to the near side of the floor. After Taylor scored the first 5 points of our second set, USF has scored 3 in a row, and they are to within 2. Seifring swings, or serves it over, I should say. Sechrist. A violation against Taylor, a double hit against the setter Haley Harrell. 4 in a row for USF, and they are to within 1. Down 5-4. First handling error of the night for either side. And Seifring will send it out of bounds. Late call from Sechrist and Korn, but they watch that one sail out by about a foot. 4th service error for USF tonight, and Taylor goes back in front by 2, 6-4. As Flick, the libero in that neon yellow uniform, re-enters. Korn, her counterpart for Taylor, serves it over. Rammel hangs in the air, then Korn will dig it as she swung that right foot into the air. Sechrist will line drive it out. Taylor is saying they get a tip, and they do. Sechrist, when it left her hand, she turned around immediately looking for the tip, and it goes a point for Taylor on the 6th kill for Nikki Sechrist. Taylor up 7-4 as Sechrist has found her footing here in the last week. At the net, Bailey almost able to tap it over. It's a solo block near side for Cerniak. Actually make it a kill for Cerniak as it wasn't really an attack attempt. 8-4 the Taylor lead as they get to rolling here in the opening part of set 2. And Korn almost was close to her 4th ace. Flick knocks it over on a 3rd hit. Dodane to Harrell in the middle to Cerniak, who brings the thunder with that left hand. It's all freshmen here in set 2. Cerniak and Sechrist pacing the offense with 6 kills apiece. And Taylor, after seeing their lead trimmed to 1, has ripped off 4 in a row and lead 9-4. Rammel trying to end that, tipped. Diving dig from Korn with the right hand. Sechrist far sideline. And Flick will hit it all the way to the top of the rafters. And then it lands right down on her left hip as she looked up at the roof of Odell Arena. First time in my time here where we've seen a ball ricochet up to the support beams over our heads. The 7th kill for Sechrist, and it's 5 in a row for Taylor. They're up 6. Sechrist taps it back. A free ball chance for TU, and now they'll allow USF to get back into system. Near sideline, Rammel hits the near side antenna, her 3rd attack error, 3rd of the 4 for USF. And Taylor up 11-4 in set 2. And that will force a timeout here from USF head coach Scott Haddix. Taylor down a set in the match. They lead set 2 11-4. This is volleyball coverage on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
No kills for St. Francis here in set 2. They had 21 kills and just 2 errors in set 1. No kills, 5 errors on just 13 swings here in set 2. The Trojans, 5 kills and 2 errors on 11 swings, and they lead 11-4. Out of the USF timeout. 2 players almost got there for USF, and then Sechrist and Bailey couldn't close out in the middle, and a swing from D'Agostino gets her 6th kill, and that stops the Taylor run. 11-5, the TU lead, as Pelak, the setter, will smash one over. Harrell to the near side, and Cerniak. She'll line drive it towards the students across from us. 3rd error for Cerniak. Back-to-back points for USF out of the timeouts. They're to within 5, down 11-6. And Pelak will serve it again. Dodane high into the air. Haley Harrell scoots underneath. Seacrest off the block and dug by Valerie Flick for USF. Annie Clark sends one to the near side. It's dug by Haley Harrell for Taylor. Cerniak will scoot in, a two-arm swing over on a third hit. High in the air to Rammel near side. Over the block, Dodane digs. Seacrest got a piece of it, but couldn't get it cleanly to play it back to the middle of the floor. 7th kill for Cassidy Rammel, although she does have 5 attack errors on the evening, with 4 coming here in our second set. But a good start out of set 2 for USF. They scored 3 in a row and have drawn to within 4. Our set 2 almost mirroring what we saw in set 1, where Taylor jumped out to a big lead, and then USF was able to chip back in the middle portion of the frame. DiAgostino, swing was tipped and dug by Korn for Taylor. Near sideline, Cerniak blows it right by Flick, who looked like her feet were stuck in cement on the near side. 6th kill for Cerniak to go with those 4 blocks. And Taylor goes back in front by 5, 12-7. Rammel, the senior, comes over to talk things over with 5th-year head coach Scott Haddix. And Sherb will serve it over for Taylor. Right at the net, tapped down, not cleanly by Taylor. And Rammel will third hit it over. Harrell punching it to Seacrest. Down off the block, Flick can't get to it. And then bomb week for Nikki Seacrest continues. She's got 8 kills and only 2 errors. That leads the match in kills, and Taylor leads by 6. Trying to even our match at a set apiece. This one off the top, knocked over by the shoulder of Rammel on a laser beam over there from Sherb. Dodane for the dig. Seacrest comes over the right-hand punch to the far sideline that Marshall will play back in. Clark has it, dug back to the middle by Korn. Make this Sherb to Seacrest, and Marshall slides in for a nice dig. Then Rammel will have it dug by Dodane. Sherb will beat it to the sky, then Dodane will scoop it over with 2 hands. Pelak down the middle comes Clark off the top of the net, and that one just in front of where Sam Korn thought it would land. Kill number 4 for Annie Clark. The Taylor lead down to 5, 13-8. Another strong crowd here on a Friday night inside Odell Arena, I should say, to watch some Taylor volleyball. Rammel ticks off the top of the net, tapped down at the net easily by Megan DiAgostino over the shoulder Harrell. 7th kill for DiAgostino, back-to-back points for USF, brings them to within 4, down 13-9. Rammel on the near side. First team all Crossroads League a year ago. We'll send it over on a knuckleball. Korn to Haley Harrell on a slide to Bailey, who punches it over. Mom and Dad down to our right. They watch their daughter get her 4th kill, and the Taylor lead grows back to 5. Ashley Harrell and Amanda Adams come in. Adams had 5 kills in set 1. This is her first action of set 2. And Ashley Harrell will handle the serving. Rammel will play it up to Pelak, near side to Kunkler. A running start, tipped and dug by Korn. Haley Harrell to the far sideline, and Adams, a laser beam that's sent to the second row as Pelak had to protect her face on a big swing from Adams. 6th kill for Amanda Adams, and Taylor's lead is at 6, 15-9. Similar to the 9-point advantage that Groshen had against this St. Francis team on Wednesday, up 17-8 in the same second set. Kunkler comes storming down the near side and picks it to the near side corner. Kunkler was shot out of a cannon as she came flying down the near sideline and then blew it past Sherb, who thought it was going to sail out of bounds, and it just landed on the near side. Kill number 4 for Kunkler. Hozinski comes in to serve for the Cougars. Harrell, a drop shot, read by Rammel. She dives and keeps it alive on a dig. Kunkler rears back and sends that one out of here by 8 feet. First error for Kunkler. Taylor's lead back to 6 at 16-10. Pomeranke comes in to replace the libero Korn. Addie Bailey stands as still as a statue on the serve. Pelak, a quick set in the middle, off the block, and a good swing by Kendra Seifring, her 4th kill for USF. Good tool off the block there by Seifring. A second team all Crossroads League selection and an all freshman team selection a year ago. A sidewinder goes off of Adams' hands and through her fingertips, and down for an ace for Cassidy Rammel, her first of the night. No, make that Madison Candler, excuse me. First ace of the evening for you, or second ace of the evening for USF. They're to within 4, 16-12. Dodane receives it, sends it skyward. Korn back to the far sideline. Adams tracks it and will send it to the back row. Pelak, a quick set, tip to the net, and Ashley Harrell will dig it up to big sis Haley. Pomeranke tapped, Flick can't get to it and dove, and thankfully for USF and Flick, dove and was able to avoid the near side post as Pomeranke's third kill pushes that Taylor lead back to 5. Cerniak back in for Taylor, replacing Sherb. Haley Harrell will float one deep to the libero Flick. Pelak to Kunkler, blocked back over, Flick will send it back, and Rammel will scoot underneath. Two-armed over by Candler for USF. Korn to Harrell, here comes Cerniak, and then Flick will dig that one all the way up to the speakers. Rammel out of bounds. Her 6th attack error to go with her 7 kills, and the Taylor lead to 6 at 18-12. Here in set 2, down 1-0. Rammel with the majority has 28 swings, no other USF player with more than 11. And this one tipped to the net, a good swing by Ava Kunkler for her 5th kill, the junior from nearby Portland, Indiana, and Jay County High School. Nikki Marshall comes in to replace the aforementioned Kunkler as she looks to bounce back from a rough evening on Wednesday with 5 kills and 6 errors. Good so far tonight, 5 kills and just 1 error as Marshall replaces her and serves. Harrell right in the middle of Pomeranke, who's out of bounds by about a foot. 3rd error for Pomeranke, and that brings USF to within 4, down 18-14. USF was down 17-8 in set 2 Wednesday against Goshen. They came back to win that set 26-24. Cerniak, the lefty, had to trail that one over her head on the far sideline. USF sets up Rammel on the other side, who tools off the block of Cerniak and Pomeranke. 8th kill for Rammel, and USF to within 3. 3 in a row for USF. And Cerniak will receive the serve skyward. Adams near sideline, off the block and down for a much-needed Taylor point. 7th kill for Adams. And the Taylor lead to 4. And an injury on the floor here for, it looks to be Nikki Marshall of USF. We did not see what happened. We will pause momentarily as Marshall down on the court. She will get back to her feet. Good to see there as Marshall, they did not bring the athletic training staff out. Marshall was down there for a while. She gets back up and will try to walk this one off. Rammel comes over with a towel to mop up the sweat where she was laying. Good news for Marshall, she has a smile on her face, so good to see she's not hurt too terribly bad. It looked like for a moment like it might be a little more serious than it was. But she's back to her feet and looks to be okay, which is a great sign. Good to see from the Muncie, Indiana native, Muncie Central Bearcat. 19-15 the Taylor lead here in set 2. They trail 1-0 in the match. Dodane will send that one deep, and that's out for the 2nd service error tonight for TU. First one from Dodane. That brings St. Francis, the 19th ranked team in the country, to within 3. Finishing is something Taylor struggled with in their first few matches of the year. They were able to finish a match last Friday against Iowa. Cerniak right down Main Street, and she'll tool off the block for her 7th kill. Taylor to the 20-point plateau first, up 20-16. The chant is "Let's go Taylor" from the students across from us, dressed in their crazy costumes. Pelak in the middle for DiAgostino, an easy dig there for Taylor's Korn. Harrell over her head, blocked over the swing from Cerniak. It's DiAgostino and Rammel. 2nd block for DiAgostino, the first one for Cassidy Rammel. Their 2nd block of the night, and that brings USF to within 3, down 20-17. Madison Candler, the freshman from Fishers, Indiana, will serve. Harrell to the near sideline, Cerniak, a little changeup, tapped twice back. Clark tipped and dug by Harrell. Korn over her head, far sideline, Sechrist tooled off, or blocked back over, and Sechrist able to get underneath. Cerniak will scoop it over. Marshall up to Pelak, a quick set down the middle for Clark, dug on the near sideline by Haley Harrell of Taylor. Cerniak steps in, uncorks a slithery left hand that sliced through the block attempt. 8th kill for Ryan Cerniak, and that thing had eyes as she brought it home with the left hand. The Taylor lead back to 4, 21-17. And Jamie Sherb on to serve for the Trojans. Pelak in the middle. Quick set far sideline, DiAgostino. Sechrist plays it back over. Harrell will punch it out of bounds far sideline as she tried to find the open hole in the USF side of the floor as most of the Cougars clad in blue and moved up close to the net. Marshall exits. Kunkler comes in to replace her. Back to a 3-point Taylor lead, 21-18. Harrell scoots underneath. Far sideline, Sechrist brings the hammer, and that one lands out of bounds on a block attempt. 9th kill for Sechrist. That leads the match. And Taylor 3 points away from evening our match at a set apiece, up 22-18. Taylor trying to give St. Francis their first league loss and snap a school record 12-match win streak. Flick scoots in front of Ramel to receive the serve. Kunkler comes storming down, and Ashley Harrell plays it back over. Big Sis Haley taps it through the block. Second kill for 6 in purple. And Taylor 2 points away from evening the match at a set apiece. And young Ashley Harrell will go back to serve. Flick scoops it off the floor. In the middle, DiAgostino. Right there was Bailey to tap it over for Taylor. Near sideline, Kunkler. Off the top of the net, played by Sherb and Korn, and Harrell will punch it deep to Ramel. Pelak, far sideline, Clark. Line drive out of bounds, and that brings Taylor to set point here in set 2, up 24-18. 10th error of the night for USF, their 8th one here of set 2, after having just 2 in the opening frame. Taylor a point away from evening our match at a set apiece. Pelak to the near sideline, Kunkler, and that one goes through the block attempt of Bailey and Haley Harrell. 6th kill for Kunkler, who's been fun to watch off the bench tonight for USF. Flick exits. Seifring back in as well for USF. And Hozinski will serve. It's still set point for Taylor. Trojans up 24-19. Haley Harrell to Bailey, off the block and down, and our match is tied at a set apiece. Taylor found their groove after not being able to close the door in set 1. They win set 2, 25-19, and our match is tied at a set apiece here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
We head to set 3 with our match even at a set apiece. St. Francis, the 19th ranked team in the country, won set 1 29-27 after each team had multiple cracks at ending our first stanza. Taylor came back and pretty much ran away. They scored the first 5 points of set 2, and they went on to win set 2 25-19. The Trojans hit 263 in that set. USF was just 0.025. The Cougars had 9 kills and 8 errors. The Trojans had 16 kills and 6 errors in that second set. Nikki Sechrist leads the way for TU with 9 kills. Ryan Cerniak follows her with 8. Addie Bailey with 5. Amanda Adams with 7 for Taylor. Cassidy Rammel has 8 kills for USF, but she also has 7 errors for the Cougars tonight. Megan DiAgostino, 7 kills and no errors. And Ava Kunkler has been a nice surprise for USF. She has 6 kills. And now there's a substitution question going on here with St. Francis. And now the confusion is cleared up. They allow Seifring to come onto the floor, the libero for St. Francis. And everything checks out on the Taylor side. And so Corrin comes in to replace Bailey to start things off here. Set 3, we're tied at a set apiece. Good one here so far from Odell Arena. Taylor hitting 245 for the match. USF is at 211. They were 345 in set 1, 0-25 in set 2. Haley Harrell serves from the right side of the floor, and set 3 is underway. Annie Clark near side, dug in the back row by Ashley Harrell. Big sis Haley sets up Cerniak, who sends it to the near side. It looks like from the near side that it landed on the near sideline, but it must have landed just an inch or two out. So an attack error for Cerniak, her 5th. And USF takes the first point of set 2. As Rammel and our down official wipe up some sweat from the left side of the floor. St. Francis in blue with gray numbers and gray letters trimmed in black. The Trojans in purple with white numbers and white letters trimmed in black. Adams will scoot underneath far side to save the serve over. Pelak in the middle, quick set up, off the block and kept alive by Cerniak. Near side of the floor, Adams will slap it over, dug back over, and Haley Harrell's there for the easy dig. Corn, far sideline to Cerniak, just out of bounds over that end line. And Cerniak has been just a couple of inches away from giving Taylor a 2-0 lead. Instead, it is a 2-0 lead for St. Francis in set 3. Off the top of the net and down for an ace. A bounce for Hozinski as she takes a deep sigh of relief. That one hit the top of the net and bounced down on the near sideline. It's a 3-0 start here for St. Francis after their 3rd ace of the evening. Harrell to Adams over the block and dug up by Hozinski. Near side of the floor, Annie Clark, and it's a 4-0 start for St. Francis after Taylor scored the first 5 points of set 2 to set them on the right path in that second frame. USF a point away from matching that total by Taylor here in set 3. Haley Harrell. Here's Adams, blocked back over, off twice, and Taylor will be called for a 4th hit as it was blocked back over, went off the elbow of Pomeranke. And it's a 5-0 start for St. Francis in set 3. Match is even at a set apiece. And Hozinski will continue to serve, and she'll give a point back as that one airmails out of bounds long. 5th service error of the evening for USF, and just like we saw in set 2, one team scores 5 in a row, they cannot get to 6. So Hozinski gets the call here in set 3 after coming in late in both set 1 and set 2. The freshman Jessica Dodane back to serve with Taylor down 5-1 in set 3. Pelak, a quick setup, off the block and back over on the swing from Seifring. They set up to Kunkler, out of bounds. That one way too strong from the righty Kunkler. 2 miscues for USF has given Taylor their first 2 points here of set number 3, and they're down 5-2. 3 errors so far for Taylor here in this 3rd set, still looking for that first kill. Pelak to Clark, through the block, near side, a good swing from Annie Clark, the righty, on the near side of the floor. 5th kill for Annie Clark, junior from Valparaiso, Indiana. And the USF lead back to 4 at 6-2 here in set 3. At the net, tap down, a bad serve receive there for the Trojans. Seifring taps it down for her 5th kill. 5-point advantage for USF, tying their largest lead of the night. Taylor still looking for that 1st kill. USF with just 3 and only 1 error. Pomeranke will almost take the doors off of the libero flick, and Pomeranke gets her 4th kill and an emphatic one from the far sideline. Taylor down 7-3 here in our 3rd frame. And Korn, who had those 3 aces in the first set, serves it up here. Quick one. Harrell and Dodane almost collide. Korn on a 2nd hit. Violation called against the Trojans. And Taylor back down by 5. Kunkeler exits for St. Francis. Marshall will come in to serve. She slipped and looked to be a little banged up in set 2, popped back to her feet, and looks to be back to full health here, which is good to see. This one off the top of the net, and again, 2nd ace of this set that has hit almost the exact same spot on the near side of the net, hits the top of the net and falls down for USF. Their 4th ace of the night, and the first one for Nikki Marshall. And USF leads by a match-high 6 points, 9-3 here in set 3. Harrell to Bailey, right at Flick, who got her hands on it for the dig. Ramel far sideline, off the top of the net, and out of bounds far sideline. The point will go to TU. We saw one earlier where the ball hit the top of the net. On the USF side, it was ruled as a block attempt by the Trojans, and USF was unable to recoup, but they had an opportunity to try to get that point back. This one called cleanly. Taylor to within 5, down 9-4 in set 3. Ramel far side of the floor, and she'll laser beam one over the block. Dodane couldn't dig it off the floor. 9th kill for Cassidy Ramel. And USF's lead is once again at 6, 10-4 here in set 3. 4 kills, 2 errors for USF. Taylor 1 kill and 3 errors. It goes off of Sherb's hands and in for an ace. The 5th one of the night here for USF, and the first one for Kendra Seifering. Taylor a little shell-shocked here in this 3rd set, down 11-4. This one goes off of Korn's hands, taps a 2nd time, and Sechrist able to play it over to keep it alive. Ramel on the far side, dug up by Dodane from the back row for Taylor. Harrell's drop shot is dug by Marshall of St. Francis. Behind the line swing, Seifering. Dodane will let Korn slide in for the dig. Bailey on a slide brings home the kill as Ramel was left all by herself on the far sideline for USF. 6th kill for Addie Bailey. She's clean tonight, no errors. And Amanda Adams comes in here in set 3, along with Ashley Harrell. Bailey, Haley Harrell, Sherb, and Korn, the 6 out there for Taylor. Ramel, Pelak, Candler, Marshall, Flick, and DiAgostino, the 6 out there for USF on the left side of the net. Ramel, far sideline, and drops home a laser beam on that far side once again. Ramel, our first player to double-figure kills with 10, does have those 8 attack errors, but that big kill there from 2 in blue pushes USF back in front by 7, 12-5 here in set 3. Pelak, the setter, serves it over. Ramel to Harrell. And then Sherb is there for the dig. Haley Harrell will bash it deep. Marshall plays it. Near sideline, Clark, the righty, blocked back over and kept alive by Pelak of St. Francis. Ramel carried to the net, had to hit that one with her awkward hand tilted towards the far sideline, and then Adams terminates on the near sideline for Taylor. 8th kill for Amanda Adams. Adams was quiet there in set 2. Korn off for the Trojans. Pomeranke back in with Bailey doing the serving. Pelak in the middle, a quick set. DiAgostino tapped back over by TU. Violation called against Julia Pomeranke on a net violation. And the USF lead back to 7. Taylor's been unable to get out of their own way here in set 3. 2 kills and 3 errors. USF 5 kills and 2 errors. And also 2 big aces off of tips of the net. Pomeranke swing blocked and over by Clark and DiAgostino. 3rd block for DiAgostino, 2nd block for Clark. 5th block for USF to match the Trojan total. And they take a match-high 8-point lead in set 3, 14-8. And Ramel will continue to serve. Sherb up to Harrell, drop shot, a little bit too far, and Pelak, the setter, got under for the dig. Clark near sideline, dug cross-court by Sherb. Harrell punched it over, tapped down, Sherb once. Pomeranke taps it in and lands in on the far sideline as Taylor gets a bounce to go their way here in the 3rd set. Fifth kill for Pomeranke. Taylor still a long hill to climb here at set 3, down 14-7. And Haley Harrell will serve one deep. Received high in there. Almost run into were Clark and Pelak, and then Clark able to play it over. Harrell, here's the lefty. Cerniak picks that near side corner. Ninth kill for Cerniak. She and her classmate Sechrist tied for team high honors. Back-to-back points for Taylor. Gets them to within 6. Harrell floats one deep. Pelak just gets underneath. Kunkel, a big run up, and she'll find the near side corner. Conkler starts way back and then gets a running start on that far sideline and collects her 7th kill of the evening. Just 2 errors for Kunkler tonight. And then there's the second service error by Hosinski. And the point goes right back to Taylor. Hosinski out. And they'll bring Flick in with DiAgostino, the substitution. Dodane and Sechrist back in for the Trojans, with Dodane doing the serving. Will curl it to the far side. Pelak underneath. Quick set up. And Dodane just out of her reach. A quick set. And Seifring there for the kill for USF. Her 6th one of the night. 16-9, the USF lead. As the two teams seesaw back and forth between a 7 and 6 point differential. Dodane plays it high for Harrell. Far sideline, Pomeranke, too strong, and that one sails out. 4th error by Julia tonight. Taylor back down by 8, 17-9 here at set 3. Their 5th error to go with those 5 kills, and the Trojans take their first time out here of set number 3. Our match tied at a set apiece. Right now, USF, the 19th ranked team in the country, leads set 3, 17-9 here on the Trojans Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Two players with 10 kills apiece. Rammel for USF, Cerniak for Taylor. Here's Pomeranke in the middle. That dig is sent skyward by Candler. Flick will two-arm it over on a third hit. Dodane underneath for Taylor. Haley Harrell, a quick set to Cerniak, who fakes with the left, punches with the right, and it's pinballed around and somehow gets over on a third hit for St. Francis. Sechrist tipped on her swing, and Candler there for the dig, and a drop shot is down for Pelak for her 2nd kill of the night for USF. And St. Francis doubles up Taylor 18-9 as the Trojans were looking for a 4th hit before the kill from Pelak. Dodane receives it. Pomeranke off the block, skyward on the save. Sechrist with her back to the net, plays it over. Pelak near side, and there's a lift called, or a double hit I should say, called against Pelak. First handling error against St. Francis tonight. Still a long road to climb here for Taylor, down 8 in set 3 with the match tied at a set apiece. 18-10, the USF lead. Pelak, Seifring, and that one just in front of the reach of Dodane. Good slide with Seifring to the near sideline, her 7th kill. And it's a 19-10 USF lead. They have been cooking here in set 3. 10 kills and 2 errors. The Trojans 5 kills and 5 errors here in this third set after hitting 263 in set 2. Haley Harrell underneath. Bailey to the near side. Was it tipped? No, it was not. First attack error by Addie Bailey tonight. And it's a 20-10 USF lead here in set 3 as they try to take a 2-1 lead in our match. Marshall with the serve for St. Francis. Haley Harrell underneath. Near sideline Sechrist. Tipped and flick is there for the dig. Pelak to Rammel. Line drive. Violation called against Addie Bailey for Taylor. Taylor just has not been able to get out of their own way here in this third set. Rammel exits for the first time all evening. She's replaced by Michaela Hissong. So Rammel, their leader offensively with 10 kills, but also has 8 of their 12 errors, will get a breather here with USF up 21-10 here in set 3. Harrell back to Cerniak, the lefty. Diving dig near sideline by Candler, and Marshall will knock it over. Corn slides in for a Taylor dig. Cerniak, or make that Sechrist, excuse me. Harrell in the middle. Bailey jumped too early. And another error here for the Trojans in set 3 makes it 22-10 USF. Taylor played well in set 1. Had a couple different chances there in that opening set to win it. Then took things control in set 2. Have not looked like themselves here in set 3. And there's the 10th kill tonight for Sechrist. She and Cerniak leading the Trojans in that category with 10 apiece. Jamie Sherb enters, and she'll handle the serving with Taylor down 22-11 here in set 3. And Sherb will send that one deep. Third service error by Taylor tonight. First one for Sherb, and it's a 23-11 St. Francis advantage. TU has been their worst enemy here in this third set. And then a big rally here. Harrell sweeps it over on a second hit. Good read by USF. Hissong far side falls down and keeps the ball alive. Near side, Pelak will rainbow it deep, and Dodane will dig it forward to Haley Harrell. A slide with Bailey. A sliding dig there is for Seafront. Far sideline, Hissong. Dug on the back row by Dodane for Taylor. Harrell sets up Sechrist in the back row. The block is dug by Dodane. Harrell back to Sechrist again, blocked down. Diving dig from Korn. Trying to go to the corner is Sechrist, and she punches it and finds the weak side corner across from us. Back-to-back kills for the freshman Sechrist. She has 11. Dodane and Sechrist exit. Adams and Ashley Harrell return. 23-12 the USF lead here in set 3 with our match tied at a set apiece. Another good crowd here on hand from Odell Arena. Far sideline, Hissong tipped, and there's Korn for the diving dig. Harrell near sideline, Adams blocked out of bounds, and Adams will get her 9th kill. And Taylor chipping away the deficit here, and then Rammel will jump off the bench at the urging of head coach Scott Haddix. Taylor back to within 10, 23-13. As Haddix quickly puts in his top offensive player, trying to end set 3 before Taylor can chip away more at this 23-13 deficit. Pelak a quick set up to DiAgostino. Good dig there by Sherb on the far side. She'll knock it from the back, from behind the line, and now USF will regroup. Rammel off the bench, tipped, and then sent skyward by Ashley Harrell. Sherb to Adams over the block, and then Marshall will dig this one, and it's caught by her teammate Hissong on the bench down below us to our left. 10th kill for Amanda Adams, third different Trojan player with 10 kills. Still down 9, 23-14 here in set 3. Harrell just got that one over the top of the net. Rammel trying to get it to set point. Korn has other ideas with the dig. Harrell's drop shot nullified by Flick. They give Rammel another go far side. Harrell's dig over the net and out of bounds on the far side of the floor. Big swing from Rammel, her 11th. She's the only USF player in double-figure kills, and the Cougars have reached set point, up 24-14 here in set 3. Marshall will mop up some sweat. And now Hissong will try as USF will get Rammel out of here. 10-point advantage here at set point in set 3. Taylor has not been able to get out of their own way. 7 errors. USF 12 kills and 2 errors here in this third frame. After they had 9 kills and 8 errors in set 2. It's an ace to end it here for USF, and they will go to the fourth set looking to win their 13th match in a row. They win set 3 in convincing fashion, 25-19. 2-14. We head to set 4 with Taylor looking to force a winner-take-all set 5 for the second Friday in a row. This is Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Play that old song. You really want her to play it. That's what's really going to evoke the memory. You got to have the music. Right? You just listen to it.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
So Taylor back here on another Friday night trying to force a winner-take-all set 5. The difference with this Friday night is they did not need to win set 3 to get us to set 4. They came back and won set 2 to even the match at a set apiece. They could not get out of their own way, however. 7 errors in that set and only 9 kills. USF countered with 12 kills and 2 errors in that third set. And they lead the match 2-1. They were really efficient in set 1 was USF. They hit .345, 21 kills and 2 errors on 55 swings. That was not the case in set 2. They were 9 kills and 8 errors. Big serve here. Dodane will have it go off of her hands and back to the USF side of the floor. Kunkler swings, dug by Sherb. They set up Sechrist on the far side, blocked back over, and Taylor able to regroup. Sechrist off the heel of her hand. It's dug on the near side by Flick. Pelak in the middle, out of bounds, far side on the swing in the middle. But it was tipped at the net by Taylor, and the point goes to USF. So for the third time tonight, USF gets the first point of our set. The other two times they went on to win those sets. They were 1 and 3. Rammel will serve from the near side, and she'll send it out of bounds, and we're back to even at set 2. 7th service error tonight for USF. They had 5 aces and 14 errors from the service line against Goshen on Wednesday. They have 6 aces tonight and 7 errors from the line tonight. Ashley Harrell back to serve for Taylor. Flick to Pelak, far sideline, Annie Clark. Dug on the near side by Sherber. It'll go back over to USF side of the net. They give Kunkel a run near side off the top and blocked back over by TU. They set up Annie Clark, far side, rainbow little drop. Diving dig is Korn. Harrell popping into the middle to Bailey. It's dug by Flick for St. Francis. A soft swing over by DiAgostino. Slide near side, Bailey back over. Adams will sweep it over, and Flick dives forward there for the dig. Here's Kunkel rainbowing it, and an easy dig is Korns for Taylor. Adams left sideline around the block, but out of bounds. Third error for Adams tonight, and USF goes back in front 2-1 here early in set 4. Sarah Hozinski comes in to serve. She with an ace and 2 errors tonight. A right-handed sidewinder. Haley Harrell underneath in the middle to Adams to the near side, and that one goes out of bounds. It sailed out by about a foot, went off of our near side official's left sneaker. Back-to-back attack errors from Amanda Adams. 4 on the evening to go with those 10 kills. And this one sent out of bounds, Hozinski's third service error. The 8th one for USF tonight, and Taylor back to within 1, down 3-2. They trail 2-1 in the match. They need a win here in set 4 as Flick re-enters for St. Francis. They're the 19th ranked team in the country, 15-2 overall, 5-0, the first place team in the Crossroads League. In the middle, Harrell with the dig. Haley Harrell sets up to Adams, blocked back over off the net, and then Pomeranke will scoop it over with a right hand. Pelak in the middle, and Seifring ends it with a right hand swing. 8th kill for Seifring. And Taylor back down by 2, 4-2. Korn takes a serve up to Harrell in the middle to Adams, tooling off the block, scooped back over, back into play, and kept alive by Korn. Pomeranke will tap it through, and Pomeranke's 5th kill again draws Taylor to within 1, this time trailing 4-3 here in set 4. Cerniak in for the first time here in set 4 with Haley Harrell to serve it deep. Rammel sends it skyward to Pelak, near sideline Kunkler. That head start is dug in the back row by Ashley Harrell. Big sis Haley to Adams with a torpedo. That's dug by Flick. The joust is sent back over on Taylor's side of the net as Adams will tap it over with a right hand. Pelak over her head. Seifring blocked but out of bounds, just a little bit on the far side of the floor. The point goes to USF. Their lead back to 2, 5-3. Here in a back and forth start of set 4. Kunkel out. Marshall coming in to serve to replace her. The chant is "Let's go Taylor" from the students across from us. Harrell, near sideline Adams. A changeup is dug by Flick for St. Francis. Drop shot down. Korn could not get her hand underneath in time, and the crafty Maria Pelak collects her 3rd kill, the 2nd one on the drop shot. Taylor down by 3 here in set 4. 6-3. Near side, Adams trying to go over the block, and that one out of bounds far side. Taylor head coach Aaron Luthi and assistant Chandra Hepler we're asking for something here with our near side official. And something they are still unhappy with down to our left. Their team trails 7-3 here in a must-win set 4. Korn, far sideline, Cerniak into the net. And Taylor all over the place here in this 4th stanza, down 8-3. And here comes the sophomore, Grace Isaacs. Isaacs will replace Pomeranke. Isaacs with a sleeve on that left shin. We have not seen her since the match against Ivu last Friday. In the middle, Cerniak, a left hand deep, is dug by Marshall for St. Francis. Near sideline, Rammel. The dig from Harrell goes all the way to the 5th row as Rammel gets wrapped in a bear hug by her setter Pelak. 13th kill for Cassidy Rammel, and Taylor down 9-3 here in set 4. And a timeout taken by the Trojans. It looks like we might have a couple more subs for the Taylor 6. Taylor just 1 kill, 4 errors here in the 4th set. USF 5 kills, no errors as they look to wrap up the match here in set 4. It's USF 9, Taylor 3 here in set 4 on the Trojan Sports Network.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Things not looking good for Taylor here early on in set 4, down 9-3. And again, the Trojans racking up errors in a too rapid of a place for TU. Grace Isaacs has come off the Trojan bench, trying to give them a spark here in set 4. And this one will go in for an ace as Marshall tried to play it on the near side corner. Korn had a late play to it, almost was able to dig it up, but it just hits off of her hand. Second ace for Marshall tonight, the 7th one for USF, and they now lead Taylor by 7, 10-3. And there's back-to-back aces for Marshall. 8th ace for USF, the 3rd one for Nikki Marshall. And now Abby DeSimpler comes in for Taylor, replacing Ashley Harrell. So Aaron Luthi has gone to the bench twice, and Isaacs and now DeSimpler trying to change things up for Taylor, and that's 3 aces in a row for Marshall. That's the 3rd time tonight that a USF serve has hit the top of the net and fallen down on Taylor's side of the floor. 12-3, the St. Francis lead here in set 4. DeSimpler, and now it's going to be 4 aces in a row for Marshall. And the wheels starting to come off for Taylor here in this 4th set, down 13-3. Just 5 kills, no errors for USF, and Marshall will not get her 6th ace in a row. Adams blocked back over through the dig attempt of TU. 7th block of the night for USF, and they lead 14-3 here in this 4th set. Taylor had an opportunity to go up 1-0, could not close the door in set 1, ran away with set 2, winning 25-19. But then set 3 had too many errors, and they are way behind it here in set 4, down by 11. Rammel, dig on the near sideline by Haley Harrell. Cerniak will swoop it over with the left hand. That will be a Marshall scoop, and then it's knocked over by Rammel for USF. Far sideline, Adams, tipped, slapped forward, and lands into no man's land. And Taylor finally gets a kill, their 2nd one of the set. Amanda Adams with her 11th. And Taylor down 10, 14-4 here midway through set 4. Dodane and Sechrist in for TU. Out there with Isaacs, Cerniak, Korn, and Haley Harrell. Dodane will float it deep. Pelak will scoot underneath. Near sideline, Rammel sets it up, and it's dug cross court by Korn. Near sideline, the lefty Cerniak tools off the block. 11th kill for the freshman Cerniak. And Taylor needs a big rally here, down 14-5 in a must-win set 4. Dodane will bash it deep again. Pelak in the middle. Seifring will lollipop it over, and Dodane will pop it up to Harrell. Over Isaacs to Sechrist, and then Marshall flies in to keep the ball alive for USF. Rammel off the block. Dodane punched it once. Korn punched, and then Harrell knocks it over. Drop shot down, read by Korn. Haley Harrell, far sideline. Sechrist sweeping over, and Marshall will sashay in for a 2-hand dig. Dodane will dig it forward. Harrell punches over on a second and avoids running into the net beautifully. Back into the middle. Seifring pops. Sechrist will keep it alive for Taylor. Back to Sechrist. Down the line. and a violation called against USF. That goes against Seifring. And Taylor gets the point. 3 in a row for Taylor, now down 8. 14-6 here, down 2-1, and down in the match 2 sets to 1 in set 4. Pelak, cross court near side, Rammel. Her swing is sent back over the net by the front line of Taylor. Rammel another go, a changeup dug by Haley Harrell. Korn to the near side, and Cerniak, Flick leans over and gets the dig. Seifring over the block, dug near side by Harrell for Taylor. Seacrest from Korn, and it's punched forward by Marshall, who's been Johnny on the spot from the back row from St. Francis, and a violation at the net called against Grace Isaacs of Taylor. That stops the 3-0 run for Taylor and puts the Trojans down 9. Seifring will go back to serve. She has 9 kills tonight, along with D'Agostino. Rammel leads the way for St. Francis with 13. They lead by 9 here in set 4. Blocked over and out of bounds near side. Give the kill to Ryan Cerniak. Taylor back to within 8. Halfway home here in set 4, down 15-7. Marshall plays it up to Pelak on the serve. In the middle, D'Agostino dug forward by Korn. Near side, out of bounds again. Another block error for USF. Their second in a row, and another kill for Cerniak. And Taylor to within 7, down 15-8. They trail 2-1 in the match tonight. Korn sends this one deep on the serve. Near side to Rammel, and she'll tool off the block attempt of Cerniak and Bailey. 14th kill for Cassidy Rammel to lead the match. And USF is again doubled up. Taylor up 16-8. Candler back to serve. Actually made this Pelak. It looked to be going out of bounds. Dodane kept it alive. Bailey punching it over. And a net violation called against St. Francis, against number 10, Annie Clark. A lot of net violations tonight against against all the front row players for both sides. With a lot of them running into the net. Jamie Sherbin for Taylor to serve. Trojans down 16-9 here in a must-win set 4. They work it to the left side, and Rammel up to Harrell. Bailey over the block once, twice. D'Agostino couldn't hit it a second time, and Clark will scoop it deep. Off the net, Harrell plays it back, but off where no one could get to it in purple. And Taylor looked to have USF out of system, could not capitalize there. And they now trail 17-9 with Marshall exiting for USF and Kunkler coming back in. And a timeout taken here by Taylor. Their second and final timeout of set 4. They need to get something going quickly, down 17-9 here in the 4th set, down 2-1 in the match. This is Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
So Taylor out of timeouts here in set 4, down 17-9. They trailed by a lot there in set 3 as Cassidy Rammel will serve it into the net. Her first service error of the night. That's 9 service errors for USF to match their 9 aces. And Taylor even on aces and errors as well with 3. 17-10, the Taylor deficit. It'd be interesting to see how things would look if the Taylor Trojans could rip off 3 or 4 points here and close that deficit. Clark on the right sideline, dug by Korn in the back row for Taylor. Harrell a quick set to Bailey. Kunkler got her hands underneath, and is able to play it around, and then Clark will two-arm it over. Sherb to Harrell. Bailey comes flying in and is dug on the back row by Rammel as she's slow to get back up. A. Harrell to H. Harrell. Adams down. Flick will dig it into the second row as that goes off the left forearm. 12th kill for Amanda Adams, and Taylor to within 6. And Ashley Harrell will continue to serve for TU. Finding Rammel, Pelak in the middle. DiAgostino has it blocked back over. Clark on the right sideline. She'll tool off the block, far side of the floor. And another kill for Annie Clark, her 7th, to go with 2 blocks. Flick and DiAgostino exit. Gabby North will come in to serve for USF. And Seifring back in for the Cougars as well as they lead 18-11 in set 4. Bailey near side, tipped and dug forward by Pelak. Rammel to Clark on the far side, tipped, played up by Korn. Haley Harrell underneath, and then Korn will swing it over. Tapped off the net, 2 USF players collide. They get back to their feet. Kunkler comes soaring in on the near side and drops home. Another right-handed kill. That's her 8th, as Kunkler has provided a nice spark tonight for St. Francis. The Cougars lead 19-11. They're up 2-1 in the match. Haley Harrell to Adams, and she'll tool off the block far side. 13th kill for Adams. So Taylor starting to find their groove here. Their 9th kill on their 34th swing. 5 errors for Taylor in set 4. USF just 10 kills and no errors for them. Back over the net. Adams will tomahawk it to the back row, and then she'll slide in gracefully to the huddle. Her 14th kill. And now Taylor to within 6, trying to make things interesting and make USF sweat a little bit here in set 4. Bailey off the top of the net, and the Trojans get an ace that way for the first time tonight. 4th ace for TU, the first one for the senior Addie Bailey, and Taylor now to within 5 in a must-win set 4, down 19-14. But then Bailey gives the point right back, sending it into the net. Taylor down by 6, USF 5 points away from a win. Clark out, Candler in to serve here for USF. Ashley Harrell up to Haley Harrell. Isaacs, right-hand snap swing, dug by Flick. Pelak over her head to Seifring, over the block, and cross-court near side, down for a big kill from Kendra Seifring. Her 10th kill, she's the second Cougar in double figures tonight for USF. Mackenzie Barger will come in for the first time for St. Francis. She replaces Rammel. And remember, Rammel slipped there late. USF trying to get Rammel out as much as possible and giving her enough of a breather as possible. She has 50 of their 159 swings tonight. And they lead 21-14 here in the 4th set. Isaacs, a little tap, avoids running into the net. Pelak, though, right in the middle, drops it home in the soft spot of the Taylor area of the net. 4th kill for Pelak. And Taylor down 8, 22-14 in set 4. USF 3 points away from a win. Harrell to Harrell. Left side to Adams off the top of the net. And then scooped forward by USF and Barger. Harrell back to Adams left side. Blocked back over by St. Francis. Harrell will smash it, but that one goes just wide of the far sideline. It was tipped at the net, however, by USF. The 3rd kill for Haley Harrell. And Taylor still with life here, down 22-15 in set 4. With Haley Harrell going back to serve, Katarina DiBiasio comes in to replace Kunkler. First time we've seen DiBiasio tonight, the sophomore from Albany, Indiana. Taylor down 22-15 in set 4. They trail 2-1 in the match. Pelak to Seifring, over the block beautifully, and Seifring collects her 11th kill. She's been clean tonight. 11 kills, no errors on 25 swings. And now Rammel comes back in for USF with the Cougars 2 points away from a match win. Marshall, who ripped off multiple aces in a row, will get this one over. Cerniak, left side, the lefty had to have to go over her body, and then Flick's dig attempt sails out of bounds to the far sideline. 14th kill for Ryan Cerniak. Taylor back to within 7. Adams and Ashley Harrell out. Dodane and Sechrist return for Taylor. 23-16, the Taylor deficit. Here in set 4, they're down 2-1 in the match. And Dodane will send it over. Pelak in the middle, Seifering off the block, dug by Haley Harrell. Korn, right side of the floor, Sechrist, who came in and then bent it back. Marshall couldn't dig it for USF. Cerniak's 15th kill to lead the match, and Taylor to within 6. Down 23-17 here in set 4, needing to win it to keep the match rolling along. Near sideline, his song with the dig. Harrell underneath, far side, Sechrist blocked out, and Taylor is now down by 5, 23-18. Sechrist has been quiet here in sets 3 and now in set 4, but she gets a kill here, her 12th. And Dodane will serve it over again. This one into the sky. Flick trying to get around her teammate and just did to keep the ball alive. This one played out, and it played in by Dodane. Harrell, here is Cerniak, near side, her 16th kill, and Taylor now to within 4. We'll see if USF wants to use a timeout. They will not. But the momentum clearly on Taylor's side here. You'd think if they get another point, Scott Haddix would need to call a timeout. At the net, in the middle, Korn digs, Harrell keeps it alive, and it's a violation against Taylor, a double hit against either Korn or Haley Harrell, and now it's match point for USF, up 24-19. USF trying to extend their school record 12-match win streak to 13. Seifering will get it over. Dodane receives it clean. Haley Harrell, far sideline Sechrist. She'll rainbow it deep just inside the end line. 13th kill for Sechrist. And the Trojans down 24-20. They saw Iwu rip off 6 straight points against them in set 2 last Friday. They'd love to do the same thing here in set 4 and force a set 5. Pelak underneath, cross court near side to Rammel, blocked over, punched by Flick. Pelak over, and Bailey to Harrell. Here's Sechrist left side, off the antenna, off the block, and Taylor will get the point, and our match continues with Taylor now down by 3, 24-21. 14th kill for Sechrist as Korn continues to serve. Pelak near side, Rammel tipped. Haley Harrell controls it. Korn to Cerniak, near side, rainbowing it over, and Marshall slides in for a dig. Rammel will tool off the block. It rolls and hits the near side antenna, and that's how our match will conclude tonight. Taylor will fall in set 4 by a final of 25-21, and USF wins the match tonight 3-1. They remain perfect in Crossroads League play, and they now move to 16-2 overall. The 19th ranked team in the country pressed again for the second match this week. Goshen gave them all they could handle on Wednesday, and then Taylor ramped up the intensity here tonight. They'll look back at the end of set 3 and the beginning of set 4 tonight as way at things that they would like to have back. We'll talk things over with the head coach, Aaron Luthi, coming up on the Ivanhoe's post-match show after this commercial break. USF wins 3-1 tonight. They win set 4, an exciting one tonight, 25-21. We're back with the Ivanhoe's post-match show after this commercial break here on the Trojan Sports Network.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Since opening in the late 1980s, the Maddox Family Dental Center has been focusing on providing the highest quality dental care for their patients. Children to adults can receive a full-service treatment to meet their dental needs. The Maddox Family Dental Center has 2 locations in Hartford City and Dunkirk and always welcomes new patients. The Maddox Family Dental Center, a proud corporate partner of Taylor University Athletics.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greeks' specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greeks Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greeks Pizzeria, it's our taste.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Back here inside Odell Arena on the Ivanhoe post-match show, now joined by the head coach of the Trojans, Aaron Luthi. And Aaron, the team St. Francis came in 19th in the country. They'd won 12 matches in a row, but Goshen pressed them on Wednesday, and after they hit 345 in set one, 21 kills and only 2 errors, and you had multiple times there in set two to win that set. You come up on the short end tonight in 4. What's the biggest thing you take away from a really, really strong performance against what is appearing to be and what is solidifying as the top team in the league this year?
Yeah, I'm really proud of our girls. I thought they fought really hard. We had some really good moments. Our offense, when we were in system, we were unstoppable. We had multiple weapons swinging. I thought Haley did a nice job mixing up her sets. We had 3 people in 3 hitters in double digits, which is great. Across the board, we had multiple attempts between our middles. I think in the end, set 3 and set 4, our serve receive broke down, which then forced us into out of system, and then we couldn't compete during that. But we rallied at the end. We played hard to finish that last set. And we can continue to work on what we see as some weaknesses and try to turn those into strengths down the stretch.
You knew Cassidy Rammel would be a big figure for them. She had 16 kills, but she also had 8 errors. How do you think your defense had to make life difficult for one of the better outside hitters in the league tonight?
Yeah, I thought our block stepped up early in that first set and forced their setter to go to some other options. She had 52 attempts overall, which, I mean, that's their weapon. We knew that coming in. That was part of our game plan, was to shut down number 2 from the start. And I thought our girls did a nice job getting her hands up. Their coach was strategic and then matched her up in set 3, matched her up against Haley Harrell, and she was swinging over the top of her, and we struggled picking those up. So props to him on that move. But Yeah, she's an awesome player. You know, she's competing for Conference Player of the Year for sure. Definitely want to give her a lot of credit for her performance tonight.
Another youth movement tonight. Cerniak and Seacrest lead you in kills. They each had 9 on Wednesday. Ryan had 16. Nikki had 15. And we've talked about it in the pre-match interview. Nikki's only really gotten, this is Nikki Seacrest, only really gotten into things in the last week. You threw her in there, you know, kind of threw her in the deep end against Iwu, trying to find something to change it up. How do you think your youngsters have done here? And Jessica Dodane's done really well, but Ryan and Nikki have obviously taken the lead in that category.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're excellent. They seem very poised. Maybe they're young enough not to know any better, but they're poised. And, I mean, as you can see, Nikki was a go-to for us tonight. She has a heavy arm. She's doing a much better job on her blocks, getting up and finding her hitter earlier. And Ryan, man, when it's an open net, she puts the ball away, and obviously with having her as a lefty on that right side, she's a huge weapon for us as well. So it's exciting to see that the future continues to look bright for Taylor volleyball, but obviously we're focused on this season and how we can utilize all those girls the best we can.
The good news is you guys play your next, including tonight, your next 4 matches all at home. You're back here tomorrow against Spring Arbor, a team that is in the middle of the pack right now with you guys. Obviously, it'll be tough. You get a 3 o'clock start tomorrow, so it's not a terribly too early start. What's the biggest thing your team needs to focus on to come back and split the weekend?
Sure, yeah. Even in practice yesterday, all of our attention, we take one day at a time. So that second match on Saturday, we save that scouting report for tomorrow morning. Tell the girls to get a good night's rest, carb load, eat some protein, and be ready to go.
Get some sleep.
But yes, get some sleep. But no, our girls are excited. We know every single match is a battle in our conference right now, which is so exciting. It creates such a competitive atmosphere, and our conference hasn't always been that strong. So we're excited for another opportunity to be out here in front of our fans. Our fans are amazing. The girls are going to be ready for it for sure.
Erin, thanks for the time. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
That is Erin Luthi joining us here on the Ivanhoe's post-match show. As we mentioned, they'll take on Spring Arbor tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We'll take one more break, come back, and take a look at the final stats and wrap this thing up here tonight from Odell Arena.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
The Taylor University campus store, with their innovative textbook butler delivery service and name brand Taylor apparel and gifts, supports the Trojans year-round. The campus store, powered by Tree of Life Books, is a proud corporate partner of TU Athletics. It's easy to find something to show off someone's TU pride with 2 campus locations, one in the Dome and one in the campus center near the food court. The store is also open 24/7 at TaylorCampusStore.com. Back here for the final time tonight inside Odell Arena. Rick Johnston with you. We wrapping things up here on the Ivanhoe's post-match show as St. Francis wins their 13th match in a row to extend their program-long winning streak. They win tonight in 3, 29-27. They lost set 2, 25-19. They won set 3, 25-14, and won set 4, 25-21. Each team had 3 players in double-figure kills, no one with more than 16. That was Cassidy Rammel, one of the frontrunners for League Player of the Year, as you heard in our conversation with Erin Luthi. She had 16 kills, 8 errors on 52 swings. Kendra Seifring followed her with 11. Megan DiAgostino had 10. Annie Clark had 7, and Ava Kunkler had 8. Leading blocker tonight for USF was Megan DiAgostino. She had 4. Maria Pilak, last year's Crossroads League Center of the Year, had 44 assists tonight. She also added 8 digs. The libero Valerie Flick led 3 players with double-digit digs. She had 27. Nikki Marshall had 14, including also with 5 service aces, including 4 in a row. And Madison Candler added 13 digs. For the Trojans, they had 3 players with double-digit kills, led by Ryan Cerniak's 16. Nikki Seacrest had 15, and Amanda Adams had 13. Julia Pomeranke had 5. Addie Bailey had 7. Haley Harrell added 3, and Grace Isaacs had 1. Haley Harrell led the way for Taylor in assists with 47. She also completed the double-double. She also added 19 digs. The Trojans had 88 digs to USF's 84. They had 4 with at least 10. Jamie Sherb had 10. Sam Korn led the way with a match-high 33. And Jessica Dodane added 12. The Trojans were outblocked tonight. USF had 7 to Taylor's 5. Ryan Cerniak led the way for T with 4, including 1 solo block. Julia Pomeranke had 3. Addie Bailey had 1, and Nikki Seacrest had 1 as well. The Trojans will look to get back to 500 here at home when they take on Spring Arbor tomorrow at 3 o'clock. The Cougars of SAU are playing at Mount Vernon Nazarene tonight, so they'll make the long drive either tonight from Ohio or tomorrow morning with that match starting at 3. I would hedge a bet that they probably won't leave until the morning. It's about a 4.5-hour drive via a bus. Special thanks to our camera operator Liam and our producer Michaela tonight. We will talk to you folks tomorrow for the first of what will be a doubleheader here inside Odell Arena tomorrow afternoon. Volleyball takes on Spring Arbor at 3. Men's soccer will take on Indiana Tech. That comes up tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Both free and both here on the Trojan Sports Network. Tonight, Taylor falls just short of number 19, St. Francis. They fall in 4 sets to fall to 5-8 on the year, 5-8 on the year, and 2-4 in the league. This has been a presentation of Taylor Volleyball here on the Trojan Sports Network. Good night from Upland, Indiana.